What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and welcome to episode 132 of the People's Questions. I got a rather large episode for this particular game, which I will be playing Prince of Persia in the background. And start off with the first question coming from Gunnar. Drake, your first question was, do I think that there should be a sequel to Metal Gear Solid 4 besides Metal Gear Rising? No, Gunnar Drake, there should not be a sequel to Metal Gear Solid 4 because 4 was supposed to be Snake's final mission. If they actually made any kind of sequel to that game, it would make Hideo Kojima a liar. I do not want to see Solid Snake's story continue. It's done. We don't need it to continue anymore. Now, can we see a Metal Gear Rising 2? Sure, but in terms of Solid Snake, we're done with Solid Snake. Let him retire. Let's move on, or finally somebody reboot this franchise because it is desperately needed. Next two questions come from DRAVEN G, and you want to know, what is my ideal job? Well, Draven, I actually would love to become a professional gaming journalist. That's actually something I've wanted to do for some time, and I'm actually trying to get back into school so I can get a degree in journalism, so hopefully some magazine company or gaming magazine will finally hire me because, I don't know, I've been doing written reviews, I've had them published in newspapers, I've been doing them online for about a year and a half now, and, you know, hopefully something that will help me get back into E3 because, you know, I desperately need to. Next question is, who would I put on a Mount Rushmore for video games? Oh, this is an easy one. I would put Mario from Super Mario Brothers, Master Chief from Halo, Kratos from God of War, and Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. The next 15 questions come from Markman, and you want to know, what is the weirdest glitch that I've ever seen in a game? Just glitches that cause you to somehow fall through the floor and then automatically die. I think those are pretty weird. The best glitch that I've ever seen was a glitch that was in World at War for Call of Duty on the zombie map, the first one, where if you jumped into this pillar in the right way, you could actually make like this invisible wall that would stop all the zombies from getting you, and then you could just shoot them and have the mission go on as long as you want. Next question is, have I seen the Resident Evil 2 remake project? Yes, I have. I've seen pictures of it, and it looks like a pretty solid project. I would love to play a kind of modern-day gameplay version of Resident Evil 2. I think that would sell very well. Next question is, am I going to watch the Flash TV series coming in fall? Well, Mark, I am a DC fan, so of course I'm going to watch it. Next question is, what is my favorite finisher in WWE? Hands down, the RKO. The next question is, do I watch Vines? Mark, I have no idea what that is. Next, since I will never go play The Last of Us again, will I be watching the movie? Screw the movie. I'm not interested in any movie that they want to make for the most overrated game in history, so no, I will not. Next question, favorite childhood TV show? I'm going to split this into live action and animated. In terms of animated, it was obviously Batman the Animated Series. In terms of live action, probably Power Rangers Seasons Mighty Morphin running all the way to Power Rangers in Space. Next question is, what got me into gaming? My cousin. My cousin brought over his Nintendo when I was about 5 or 4, and he let me play Mario for the first time, and I've been playing it ever since. Next question is, what stuff do I want in Injustice 2? I would love them to bring in tag team gameplay. I mean, NetherRealm Studios rebooted Mortal Kombat, and one of the best functions that they had was they had tag team fights. So the fact that we didn't get that in Injustice was a bit shocking to me. So if they do bring in Injustice 2, I want them to bring in tag team matches. Preferably, I would love to see them be able to do 3-on-3 tag team matches. I mean, who wouldn't want to use the DC Trinity and take down any groups of heroes or villains? I think that would just be awesome. Next question is, do I think that any of the Resident Evil characters have met off-screen? Yes, they have. If you've read some of the novels, there have been a couple comic book series, you'll see that some Resident Evil characters have met off-screen. Your next question is, how did I discover Resident Evil? I discovered Resident Evil back, I want to say in 2004, while Resident Evil 4 was still on the GameCube. I was in the mall, I was walking to GameStop, and they had a demo for Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube. I tried playing it. I didn't have a GameCube, so I didn't get into it, but once it was finally released on PlayStation 2, I got it, loved it, and it has remained my favorite Resident Evil game to this date. Next question is, Evil Within versus Resident Evil Remastered, who will win? Well, I would be more interested in Resident Evil Remastered because I really haven't seen too much about Evil Within, so I'm not sure if that's a game I'll be playing this year. Your next question is, why do people take pictures of their food? I don't know, maybe they want to let everyone know what's about to be digested in their stomachs, maybe? Your next question is, if I had to create my own Resident Evil character, would I make my character related to any other Resident Evil characters? No, if I was going to create an original Resident Evil character, I would just have them or her just be their own character, and they don't need to be related to anybody. The next three questions come from JDS4596, and you want to know, what other franchises do I think would be good for versus film? Well, you could do Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter, Chucky versus the Leprechaun, I don't know, Hellraiser versus Freddy, Power Rangers versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's a number of ideas that you could actually use that would be good for versus film. Next question is, what do I think about the next DC animated film will be about? I really have no idea. I just finished reviewing Batman Arkham, or Assault on Arkham, and I thought that was a pretty good film. So if I actually had to choose the next project, I would actually have the film focus on the Batman family without Batman actually being there. Let's say Batman is incapacitated or captured, and his Bat family have to team up and go rescue him. So it's kind of like that Robin mission that we had in Arkham City. I would love to see a whole film around that. Next, your last question is, no film has grossed over $300 million at the box office this summer. Do I think this is a bad sign? Well, I don't know what you're talking about, because lots of movies have grossed over $300 million because Transformers has breached $1 billion. So if you're talking about maybe here in the States, I'm pretty sure one of the films has done it, but you can't just look at films here in the United States. You have to look at their overall gross, because, you know, America here, our box office is just one small section of a much bigger gross pie, I like to call. So, no, I don't think this is a bad sign. The next four questions come from, forgive me if I butcher your name, Bolaji Bologun. I'm sorry. Your next question is, what is my favorite video game boss fight? Maybe probably Seymour from Final Fantasy X. Most overwhelming video game boss fight, Bowser in Super Mario Brothers. I mean, the fact that all you have to do is run under him when he jumps, jump over him, and step on the axe, that's kind of a bit too easy. What is my favorite moment in a movie? I have no idea. That is an almost impossible question. There are so many great moments in movies, so that's almost an impossible question for me to answer. And your last question is, what is my favorite and least favorite video game ending? In terms of favorite video game ending, probably Metal Gear Solid 4, because that is the end of my favorite video game franchise. In terms of least favorite video game ending, probably The Last of Us, because it's sequel bait, and I'm not interested in stuff like that. Next two questions come from James V. You want to know, when Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out for the PlayStation 4, will I review it again? James, I will not be getting Grand Theft Auto 5 for PlayStation 4. I've played it once, had fun with it, I've reviewed it, there is no need to play it again. Next question is, have I finished Watch Dogs yet? You know, I actually never even got a chance to play that. I rented it, I had it for about like 2 weeks, I'd heard not too many great things, so I actually returned to the GameFly without ever actually having played it, so no, and I don't think I ever will play it. Next question comes from Zach Jaime, and you want to know, do I see movies in D-Box, and do I enjoy D-Box? I have never seen a film in D-Box. I know what it is. They're trying to turn your movie experience into some type of roller coaster ride, and I just don't need that. The next question comes from a newbie going by the name of Deafening Giraffes, and you want to know, what do I think of the Hellraiser series and the new Hellraiser Origins? I'm not really a big fan of the Hellraiser series. As far as I know, the only ones that I think I like are probably the first three. But after the third one, they just kind of all started to go to hells. Get it? They all go to hell, and it's Hellraiser. And in terms of Hellraiser Origins, I didn't even know they were doing another Hellraiser movie, so I don't know, maybe if someone recommends that I review it, then maybe I will. And the last four questions come from Dynamic Sniper, and you want to know, what movie do I think deserves a sequel soon? Bad Boys 3, hands down. Your next question is, do I like the Killzone series, and if I do, what would I like to see in Killzone 4 story? Yes, I absolutely love the Killzone series, and how would I take it? Well, technically, you could say Shadowfall is Killzone 4. It just doesn't have the 4 on it. They, if I had to see a continuation, I don't know. Surprise me. I really don't. At this point, they could really do anything because the story is kind of so drastically departed from where I thought the story would go after Killzone 3 that I'm really not sure what you could do with it. Next question is, do I think God of War 4 will be announced in 2015? I'm pretty sure a God of War game will be announced at next year's E3, so yes, I'm pretty sure they will. And your last question is, have I seen Homefront, the Revolution gameplay, and if I have, do I think the game, what do I think of the game so far? It looks like another shooter, you know, just one of these basic rental shooters that we all like to get, or I'm sure some of us do. So, will I get Homefront, the Revolution when it comes out? Yeah, I'll rent it, and if it's a good enough game, then I'll be sure to buy it. And with that, those are the questions you guys sent in for this particular episode. I would like to thank all of you guys for sending your great set of questions. If you have any questions that you would like me to answer in episode 133 next Friday, be sure to type them in the comments down below or send them to me any way you can, whether it's email or directly to me from my PlayStation Network ID. And make sure you get them into me before next Wednesday before I start filming this. And if you like this video, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to check me in my future episodes of people's questions. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll see you next time.